Hey guys, Milrick here. Let's go see what's going on in here. What's going on here, sir?
Getting ready. Getting her down. Oh.
You breaking shit? So anyway, I was looking at the brake line in this piece of shit, and the brake line that's blown goes up and back of the motor. It's actually rusted through and blown back here, and it goes all the way down and around. So I decided, and the other ones look rusty. So I decided to just replace them all. And in order to replace the one that's blown anyway, well, I guess you could do it without, but it'd be a pain in the ass. It goes all the way in back of the motor. And since we got to take this apart to do all the gaskets, I'm just going to take it apart now. Huh?
A good screwdriver.
What do you mean a good screwdriver? You got good screwdrivers right here. Oh, you grabbed the one with the broken tip.
That's it.
That's your fault.
That's it.
But anyway, since we got to rip the whole top end of this piece of shit off to change the gaskets anyway, I figure we're going to rip it apart now, and then we'll gain access to all the brake lines in the master cylinder. So it'll just make it fucking 10 times easier. Am I right?
Yeah.
Was that good thinking?
Great.
I guess.
Perfect.
So we're going to start tearing into this thing. First, I guess, what are we doing? Electrical connectors?
Yeah.
Get all electrical connectors out of the way.
Shit.
Should I unhook the linkages here?
I think so.
Yeah, I'm going to unhook the windshield wiper linkages to gain access. Get all these wires out of the way. Air box is already out. And, yeah. So we're going to get in here and we're going to start ripping out all this stupid bullshit that's in our way so we can gain access to the shit.
Shitter.
So what do we got done here, bud? We got electrical connectors off. Power steering pump bolts are out, right? Got the serpentine belt off.
Fuel injector wires.
Fuel injector wires. Upper intake manifold. We got the coolant and oil drained out of her. What else we got going, bud? We removed what? The cruise control. The air box with the mass airflow sensor. We removed the map sensor. We got some spark plug organizers there. Front spark plugs, alternator brackets. We're labeling everything because we're not retards. No offense to anybody, but label your shit when you take it apart, and you won't have that bucket of bolts left over. You know you did a good job if you're missing parts, or you got extra parts. Fuck that bullshit. We don't roll like that. Stuck, bud?
Fuck yeah.
What do you need?
I don't want to pull a fuel right. Are you
need this?
Are you changing?
Yeah, the kit I have has fucking everything in it. Don't pull them right now. I want to get the kit and make sure everything's right first. What do you need? This? Tap on it a little.
I just don't know why it's fucking around.
But
She's fucking around.
we're getting there. This really isn't as bad as I thought. It should be get going here. We gotta take off these front motor mounts, the wishbones or whatever you call them next, and this fuel line. Bring you back in a minute. So upper intake manifolds off. We removed what? Alternator, valve covers, cold pack, belt tensioners, all that other bullshit. Power steering pump had to get loosened, and look at that. Yummy. It's like some fucking tapioca pudding in that cocksucker right there. Ew. Where's the pick? And then if you look over here, if you look over here, do I even have it in the view? Yeah, I have to. Where's my finger? Right here. The fucking gasket is ripped right here, and it's ripped right here. You see that?
Totally fell apart.
And this is where all my coolant and oil was. Oil too, eh? Right there's an oil passage, no?
Well, usually this, but this is where.
Yeah. Right there's a goddamn puddle that I was trying to show on the camera before. And that was definitely the culprit. Right there where it was ripped. I don't think my camera was in focus, but right there. Yep. So now we're gonna fucking rip the heads off, label the push rods because they're all different sizes. We don't want to be putting push rods back where they don't belong.
Yeah. Fuck that.
So we're gonna take all this shit apart. You gonna eat that?
No.
Some popcorn? But yeah, we're gonna rip these heads off next, so I'll bring you back for that. Well, we got the one head off, and looking at the head gasket, you can tell it was ready to go sooner or later. These little jets here get all like puffed up and full of fluid. Right here around this one. Camera will not focus. I love that. Anyway, right there around that one, you can see it's really puffy. And it was starting to crack.
That one looks pretty shitty.
Yeah, this one does look shitty. You just squeeze it like you can see
Just
fluid
right
come
next
out
to
of
the
it.
ring too, it's starting to rust.
Yeah, right next to the ring there. You can just tell it was on its way out in the next couple thousand miles. So, good thing we're doing this and not just doing the intake gaskets, because then we would end up being fucked and have to take it all apart again just a few thousand miles later. But
Missing that.
yep. So we got one off. We're gonna get that one off next. This one was a bitch because there was a big bracket here for motor mount, and you had to take out both top AC compressor bolts and another bolt, and it was just a pain in the dick, but it's out. So I'll get the other one off and turn you guys back on. Okay guys, so Sean went home. It's I don't know, it's probably 11 by now. Yeah, it's 11:18 right now at night, Wednesday night. We started at 6:30 and we were done a while ago. We were done at 10:30. Took us 4 hours, the both of us, to rip the motor apart, get the heads off of it and everything. We got both sides off. We got a couple broken bolts. That bolt, taking the downpipe or holding the downpipe on, broke. Go figure. And when we took it apart, these bolts were already broke. Actually, they were just sitting in there, and they kind of just fell out. I think this one was missing, and this one was just sitting in there. So I got to do some drilling. In there, and I'm just gonna put bolts in its place. I've done that before and it worked for me. Instead of a stud, just drill it out, retap it, and get a bolt the same depth, and that's worked for me in the past, so that's what I'll be doing here. As far as the one where the downpipe went, Sean took it with him. He's going to take it to work tomorrow, and he's going to use the the hot wrench. He's going to use the hot wrench on it and get her out. This thing had a really bad power steering pump leak, and the guy's like, I don't know where it was leaking. And Sean and I were doing some investigating, and if you look here, somebody put on new hose clamps, and they are like Harbor Freight hose clamps, and it's loose as a motherfucker. And right here is also, I don't know if you guys, it's in the picture or not, right, there's my hand, there's the hose clamp. This one's also a Harbor Freight hose clamp, and down there is where the pinch clamp is from the factory, and that's also loose and spins and leaks. So the power steering leak is just a matter of a couple of hose clamps. I'm actually just going to replace the hose since it's so cheap, and I'm going to get really good hose clamps and put it on there. Same thing with the two little coolant hoses that go to the coolant passages on the intake manifold. They're getting brand new hose and hose clamps as well. Both heads came off. Cylinders look good. They're nice. There's no ring edge at the top of the cylinder at all. You can still see some hatch marks in there from when it was honed. I just wiped the coolant out with a rag that fell in there, but all the pistons look good. The head gaskets, like I showed you guys, yeah, fucking with the buttons on the camera. The head gaskets, like I showed you guys, weren't blown, but they were on their way out. So it's good we're getting in there. We took out the oil pump drive thingy there. Gonna be replacing the O-ring on that and such. But Sean went home, and I'm going to take apart or take off one or a couple of the ends of the brake line so I can bring the nut with me to the parts store so I can get a new brake fitting. I'm going to get a brake line, like 25-foot roll of brake line, and tomorrow evening Sean's going to come back over and he's going to help me run my brake lines, and then Friday night I'm going to come out here by myself and I'm just going to clean everything. I'm going to clean all this oil and coolant off of here. I'm going to Scotch-Brite the heads, or the cylinder head mounting surface there. I'm going to clean all this bullshit out. I'm just going to tidy up some things and get rid of all this gooky shitty crap. And same thing over here. I'm going to be Scotch-Briting and razor blade cleaning the mating surface of the cylinder heads and whatnot. Maybe I'll change the valve seals Friday as well. It's all according how fast and nice the cleaning goes. I should be able to do those valve seals myself, no problem. Yeah, so that's it. It took us 4 hours, 2 of us, to get her stripped down. I don't know what this job would pay for flat rate. I'm hoping it's at least a 10 or a 12-hour job, because if you were to do this by yourself, I'm pretty sure it would have taken me a good 6 hours to get this apart. And with 2 people, we did it in 4. So I'm hoping flat rate would be at least a 10, 12-hour job. What it would pay. If it doesn't, you gotta be busting your motherfucking ass. But we got the rocker arms all set up exactly where they go. We got all the push rods over here. We just labeled the box front, and that side goes to the tranny, so when we look at it, we know this is pistons fucking, what, 246 and 135 up there. Same thing with the rocker arms. We did it to where if you can read blue point, that's the way it goes. Those go in the order here, those go in the order there. You know what I mean? So, yep. I'll probably make a little video tomorrow on the brake line situation, and that's it. So, talk to you guys later. Okay guys, as Tommy Shoe would say, bonus round. I got all the brake lines off, all the way to the back where it meets the rear brake hose on that control arm. I'm going to do those lines later. Right now I am concentrated on these lines, this line, and that line. That'll be about 25 feet of brake line altogether, and I'm getting a 25-foot roll. So that's why I'm going to there right now. The back ones aren't horrible. They do need to be changed. I will change them. I probably do it while I'm doing this, actually, because that way I only have to bleed it once. But yeah. So I'm also going to be taking these rotors off right now because they're pretty choppy, and I want to go get them cut. So I'm going to take them off now and then take them over to Napa and have Napa cut them. Yeah, hopefully I can get them off, but we'll see. Here's the bonus round. I don't know what time it is, but I'm staying out here trying to get this shit done because I want to get this shit done. Okay guys, so double bonus round. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. I got all the brake lines out, including the rear ones. I pulled my calipers. Oh, I pulled my calipers. Oh yeah. I pulled the rotors. I pulled the drums. I pulled the rear brakes. This side could use a wheel cylinder. It's a little wet in there. Where is it? Right there, it's a little wet. I think you could use a wheel cylinder. It's just slowly starting. I ripped all the lines out. The rear drums are kind of shot. I don't know if they could be cut or not. I'm going to take them over to Napa and see, but man, did I ever have to beat on them with a fucking hammer. I don't even know if I want to put them back on. So I'm going to check out prices and go from there. I definitely want to get the front rotors cut at least. I don't want to have to buy new ones, but you know what? I might have to do that too from hitting it with the hammer. Fuck. Oh well. I guess I'm gonna have to get fucking rotors and drums and front pads. The rear shoes are still pretty nice and meaty, which is usual. Usually rear brakes don't wear as fast as the front brakes. Oh. Got a bunch of different lines here. Got to take to the, I'm pretty sure they're the same. They're just that GM comes with extended ones. I gotta get new ends tomorrow and whatnot. I'm gonna reuse the ends that were going into the master cylinder because they're really nice still. I'm definitely gonna use those 4. But I got all the brake lines removed, completely removed from the vehicle. So they'll be all brand new. I'll have new drums, new front pads and rotors. This tie rod end is fucked, so I'm gonna get 2 tie rod ends. I got my list over here. Wrote down on the table of stuff I want to buy. And yeah. So that's it for sure now. I'm gonna go in the house and I'm going to look up some part prices online so I can give the boss a grand total. The boss, you guys know who I'm talking about. The grand total on what I need to put into this piece of shit. And I'll be making some more videos tomorrow. So thanks for watching, guys.